Hi, I'm Natasha. Oh,
I think they're ready.
Hi, I'm Phoebe. Nice to meet you. Alyssa. Alyssa, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
I'm Hillary. Nice to meet you.
Allison, nice to meet you.
I'm Hillary. Nice to meet you.
All right, so we'll have girls will set up, right?
Yeah, you guys are
okay.
really ready.
Well, you guys are really ready to go.
10 minutes. We're done with the performance. We pack your props up, and then we'll talk to you 3 minutes. Ask a few questions.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
We don't do the names now, right? We don't do the names? You can go ahead. Hi, I'm Natasha Hollerbach.
And I am Alyssa Boudier.
And this is
American Women in World War II. My story begins in the winter of 1941. At the time, I was living with my sister Cheryl and working as a waitress. We were barely making enough money to keep a roof over our heads, but we were always happy. I wouldn't have changed it for the world, but the world changed around me. Good morning, Cheryl.
Good morning, Deb. What are you reading?
Just an article about where America stands in all the conflict out there. Do you really think we're safe?
Of course we are. America is the greatest country on earth. Any other country foolish enough to threaten us deserves what's coming to them.
Yeah, but this article claims that our weaponry is worth as much as dirt, and that our army's been dwindling since World War I. What if we're not as powerful as we believe?
Don't be paranoid. We're just as safe as we've always been. Here, can you turn on the radio for me?
Sure.
From the NBC newsroom in New York, President Roosevelt said in a statement today that the Japanese have attacked the Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, from the air. I'll repeat that. President Roosevelt says that the Japanese have attacked Pearl Harbor in Hawaii from the air. This bulletin came to you from the NBC newsroom in New York.
This can't be happening. Everything is going to change. I was right. Everything did change. Most able-bodied men of our country left for war, and millions of women, including me and Cheryl, were left to fend for themselves and support their country. Hey,
How was work?
fine. I'm just still frustrated that my medical degree didn't get me a job any better than waitressing. I'm just so tired of feeling useless.
Me too. But some friends of mine have gotten more jobs and it changed their lives. Don't you think we should do the same?
I guess, but how? I'm just a waitress, and you've never worked a day in your life.
Listen, there's a factory by the coast, the Oregon Shipbuilding Port, and they're hiring tons of new employees. It'd be a great start if I worked there.
You're right. We can't just sit here waiting like cowards until the war's over. We should do our part. I think that you should apply for that job, and I'll see if I might be able to use my degree to get a job in the Women's Army Corps.
This will be good for us.
Hey, sis.
Hey, there was a letter in the mail today. It says it's for you.
Oh, thank you. It's from the Women's Army Corps. I've been accepted, but I'm being transferred to an evacuation hospital in Wyoming.
Oh, that's quite a ways away.
I know it's going to be difficult being so far apart, but I'm willing to do anything to get this war over as soon as possible.
Me too. I was meaning to tell you this later, but I got a job in the Oregon Shipbuilding Corps as a riveter. Can you believe it?
Oh, that's so amazing. I'm just really glad we're doing this. You see, our jobs had drawn Cheryl and I apart, so we needed to communicate through constant letters and phone calls. But little did we know how truly different our lives had become.
Cheryl. How are you? I've been dying to hear about how your new job has been. Are you being treated well? I would love to hear from you, but I realize that you must be more curious about my new life than about the questions I constantly pester you with. So here it goes.
I arrived safely at the evacuation hospital and was shown to the nurses' quarters. They were small, quaint, and bland, but the women I met had a cheer about them, which I enjoyed. The ladies and I spend much of our earnings on groceries and new coats and shoes. What a luxury it is. Although you'd be shocked to hear about the patients I encountered. I knew that being a physical therapist could be so emotionally involved. Seeing the condition that the soldiers are in is tragic, and to have to teach a man to walk, who had once ran alongside his fellow soldiers and brothers, is heartbreaking. But the courage and kindness that they show compels me to go on. This job has made me a better woman, and has occupied every moment of my waking hours. But you are still always on my mind. I would love to hear from you soon.
Love, Deborah.
Dear Deborah, I am writing to assure you that all is still well.
And that I'm fully settled into my job. I finally know the names of every machine and of all the pieces they make. I know all the other riveters, the secretaries, the construction workers, and even the mailman. The other women I work with are kind, but a bit rough around the edges. Every once in a while, I'll have a bad day and get tired of the grease on my shirt or the smoke in my lungs, and I'll want to quit. But considering the money I make and the fun I have with my new friends, I could never allow myself to do it. I'm finally able to pay the rent on my own and buy nice clothing, so even though most of the male workers make double what I do, I have to be grateful that I can keep a roof over my head and put food in my mouth, so don't make a fuss about it. I hope to be seeing you soon, and you are always welcome to come home.
Love, Cheryl.
Hello, this is Cheryl.
Hi, it's Deb. Sorry, I'm just calling from the hospital's phone right now, but I have some amazing news.
What is it?
I've been given a month leave. I'm coming home.
That's great news.
I know. Would it be all right if I stayed with you?
Are you kidding me? I wouldn't want it any other way.
That's great. Well, I have to go right now, but I'll see you in a few weeks.
Oh, okay. I love you. Safe travels.
Love you. Bye. Guess who?
Deb, it's so good to see you.
It's so amazing to see you too.
I wish we could talk, and you look so great, but I have to get to work.
All right, well, you better be home in time for dinner.
No, I will.
Good morning, Cheryl. Where were you last night? I didn't see you come home. Cheryl? Hello?
Hi. Is this residence of Deborah and Cheryl LeMay?
Yes, it is. Who's calling?
I'm a nurse at the Adventist Hospital. I'm calling to inform you that Cheryl LeMay was involved in an industrial accident last night. She passed this morning. I'm so sorry.
Letting go of Cheryl was one of the hardest things I've ever done. It felt like a piece of me had been taken away. My grief clouded me in a shadow of shock and denial, as if it was cast from something too large to conquer. But I've been able to see past my grief, to see how brave Cheryl was to do what she did, to see that she was truly an unsung hero. And I will always be inspired by her. And I know that her dreams will live on through generations of women to come.
World War II wasn't solely fought on the war front. It was also fought by the millions of courageous women on the home front who risked their lives daily to help the war effort, and thousands of these women died.
These women were so brave to leave their homes and enter into men's jobs, only to be paid half of what their male co-workers received.
Or to leave their loved ones in order to help American soldiers.
By the time the war was over, the amount of women in the workforce increased from 27% to 37%. And this largely contributed to women no longer being seen as only useful.
Their hard work paved the way for women being allowed any job they want, and in 2010, women made up 47% of the workforce. This would have never been possible if it wasn't for the women of World War II, who proved themselves to be more than just gentle wives and mothers, but hard workers and strong leaders as well.
Thank you.
Good job. Go ahead and take down your stuff and we'll talk on to you.